Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to show you guys how to properly block a panel that has basically been filled with all body filler. Let's go. Okay, I got my 6-inch block with some 320 on it. We're gonna start sanding. What we wanna do is give an even amount of pressure and crisscross the sanding. Keep an eye out. So you see this is edging primer on top of regular primer. The primer that's actually on here is a dark primer. I sprayed a guide coat on there so I can find all the unevenness and imperfections in the body filler. That's what you see here. This is not the actual primer. The primer is a dark gray. This is a guide coat that can consist of anything that's a different color, that's lighter. If you have a dark gray, you want to put something white. If you have a white, you want to put something dark. That way you can find all the imperfections in your primer and in the body. Try to change directions as often as possible. That way you don't get too much fatigue sanding in one direction and in the other. It also helps us sand crisscross too. Because being in one position just makes it doesn't work in this kind of scenario. You'll see what I'm saying when you start sanding, but change the way you sand it, change your direction, and always make sure you crisscross. You wanna do one direction in an angle, and you can change and go forward. You want to keep changing it up. You don't want to stay in one direction. You want to keep changing it up. Let me show you what I mean. How the primer's coming through. You see all this stuff. You see this is a run here in the primer. This is sand. This is some of the sanding from the body filler. There's like a line here. These are all the imperfections you want to look at when you're sanding the panel. Once you start sanding all that off, you're going to start seeing all those imperfections. That's what you want to see. Okay, me and my colleague are now going to check the panel. The way we do this is that we use prep solvent, wet the whole panel down very well, and then we wipe it with a wet towel that's applied with prep salt. So we wet it down with prep salt and the towel, wipe it down, and then we look at it. We try to find the imperfections, and we use the light to try to move around and see where the imperfections are. Look at it like this, you're gonna see imperfections. And if you find any imperfection before you take the next step, you correct them before you move on to the next step. That's what we're doing now. So once he's done wiping this like this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand behind and in front of the car and move around to see if I find any imperfections in the lighting of the door and the shininess. And that's how you check to see and make sure you have any imperfections. So ironically enough, the door that has the most body filler, I didn't really see too many imperfections. That must have been blocked out very well. Our body man helped us block this out because that needed to be blocked out very well. I could have done it, but since I had to go inside of the roof and paint, my body man helped out with the blocking and got that nice and straight. Now what I see is on this door, there was a smaller amount of body work on here. This still needs to get blocked out a little bit. It's not a big deal, but it still needs a little bit of blocking. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave my colleague finishing this up. I'm gonna hit it one more time. We're gonna check it one more time, and then we're gonna go move on to the next step. Okay, the next step is powder guide coat. The powder guide coat does is exactly what it says. It's another guide coat that we're using. That way we can make sure we don't miss any of the heavy 320 scratches that have to be removed before we paint. So this is a must. So the best way to put this on is to go in the opposite direction towards the way you were sanding. So if you were sanding this way, I'm going to put it up and down. That way it fills in all the scratches properly. That way you don't miss anything when you're sanding it until next sanding. Keep in mind too, the heavier you put the guide coat, the better it is. You will see more of the things that need to be removed with the amount of heaviness you put on it. Okay, so after I apply the guide coat, what I'm going to be using is a DA with a sponge pad on it. What the sponge pad allows me to do is to get into the corners and the curves and not leave any hard edges of the DA. And it takes the contour of the door, however round the door may be. The sandpaper I'm going to use is 400 grit DA paper. And it's like a 3M paper that we use here, Cubitron 2, 400 DA paper. I'm going to try to leave a link of everything that I'm using in this video in the description for those you guys want to pick it up. Now, a lot of people are probably saying, DA, that's just going to cause it to be wavy. No, if the panel is wavy, it's going to be wavy no matter what. If you block that out properly before you DA it, it's going to be fine. I sanded it just a little bit so I can show you guys exactly what the guide coat does. So let me show you. You see how that looks? You see that? You can see all of the scratches that are left behind by the blocking and the 320 grit DA paper. This allows you to see that without missing any scratches or any hard lines like this, like these imperfections right here, any dig-in lines with the block. So that's what the soft pad and the guide coat allows you to do on these panels. See what I mean? This is why guide coating is important, because you can see all those imperfections. All of these steps are crucial because you don't want to find none of these problems or imperfections when you have the car in the paint. It's worth to fix them once there's paint on the car. So to avoid that, it's better to just take a couple extra steps, take your time, take a couple extra minutes, and do it like this, and do it right, and you avoid a lot of headaches, trust me. So remember, guide coat is very important. It helps to avoid problems. All right, I'm gonna leave my colleague. I'm gonna finish painting my job, and Then I'm gonna show you guys what the next step is after that, all right? So you wanna step up your sandpaper a little bit at a time. So it's usually, the step up is usually 320, then 400, and then 600. So that's the way you do it. That's the way you avoid having sand scratches, and especially silver metallic paints are very crucial that you finish it properly with 600 paper, because the sand scratches will show in silver color. So keep that in mind. Well, that's it for me for today, guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.